I think I'm gonna clean up the lens and get started. What's up, everyone? I know it's not Monday. I know today's Tuesday. Usually Bao does the Instagram lives on Tuesday, but he hasn't really been around. He's going through some personal relationship stuff, so he's been taking some time off. But he said he should be back later this week, so let's see what happens. But a couple things before we get started, before we kind of continue into the main topic of the video, which is the November Zombie Month. So I see a lot of people that have been watching these videos are not subscribed to the channel. So do me a favor, subscribe to the channel. Don't really care about likes, don't really care about anything else. Just subscribe to the channel so you guys can keep watching our videos whenever they come out. So let's talk about where the overall market is, where my head is at, and then we'll get into the topic, which is November Zombie Month. So today is November 1st, 2022. We are in the middle of the longest, craziest, most frustrating bear market in our lifetimes, right? So I've been trading for, it's gonna be 9 years in February. So I've been trading for a very, very long time. And we've seen, small bear markets here, 2014, 2018, 2020, 2020. But this bear market of 2022 has been a total economic collapse pretty much, right? And the media doesn't cover it because it's gonna make the current administration look like clowns. So the media doesn't cover it, but if you're in the know, you know that we are already in a recession. You know that a possible depression is coming. And yeah, so how's my trading been lately, right? So how's my trading been? My trading has been pretty choppy. Not gonna lie, been kind of getting chopped up every single type of way. When I've been exiting my positions, 1 minute later, they've been going in the direction that I wanted it to go to. I haven't really been over trading. I just haven't really been able to get anything to stick. And the reason why I mention this, because I'm pretty sure a lot of traders are struggling with this too. I think a lot of traders are struggling with the fact that, things are just random. Things are really not making sense. There's no linear moves that are happening. The only linear moves that are happening is the market just going straight down, right? That's the only linear move that's been happening. So as a trader, doesn't matter if you've been trading for a month, a year, or a decade, it's been very frustrating trying to trade this market. It's been very frustrating because there's no clear direction in these stocks. They go up, down, left, right, sideways, this, that, and as a trader, it's very hard to make money if stocks are acting random, if they're not acting directionally, right? So stocks need to pick a direction. Oftentimes, they either go up or they go down. But lately, it's been a little bit of this, a little bit of this. And that's fine. You can still make money when it's doing that, but to make the big money, you need large, predictable, directional moves. Large, predictable, directional moves. Right now, we're getting small, unpredictable, no directional moves, okay? So because those are the moves that we've been getting in this market cycle, in this bear market, I've had no choice but to scale down my size, right? So the easiest thing to understand is size is a measure of how confident and predictable a setup is. So for example, if a setup you are not confident in, if a setup has not been repeated or predictable, then you have no allowance to use size. For example, if I know that a certain setup that I trade has a 90 to 95% win rate, which is the first red day setup, a 90 to 95% win rate, okay? And I'm confident in that setup, right? Because maybe it's hard to borrow, maybe there's a bunch of different factors, maybe you had bad news. I'm confident. That to me is a scenario where everything lines up to use size. Now, the current market that we are in, the current cycle that we are in is not predictable, okay? And I am not confident. So in this cycle, rather than certain setups having a 90 to 95% win rate, I would say that certain setups are having a 50% win rate. It's a coin flip, okay? And because a coin flip, I am not as confident. So because the setups are not having a high probability, they are not predictable, and I'm not confident, I've had no choice but to shrink my size. So do you understand now why I'm shrinking my size? It's because the edge is not in our favor. It's because the opportunity is not there. Your job as a trader is obviously to make as much money as possible, but your job as a trader is to make as much money as possible with the least amount of stress possible. And this market has been filled with nothing but chop and nothing but stress. So I know a lot of people are struggling. I know a lot of people are bleeding out. I know a lot of people are not doing well in this market. And the truth of the matter is, you are not alone. We are all struggling, right? We are all struggling, but we are all struggling together. Now, what else can you do to kind of help your account from bleeding out, right? Number one is sizing down for the reasons I just gave. Number two is trying to refine your strategy of what is already working, okay? So if you are kind of treading water, if you're kind of bleeding out, if you kind of don't really know what the hell is going on right now, this might be the best time to kind of double down and relook at your data, relook at your analytics, relook at your statistics, and see what's been working for you. I highly recommend that all you guys check out TraderView. That's the best way to kind of check your statistics. They're not paying us, they're not doing anything like that. But you could go in and check, all right, from what time frame to time frame are you making money? From what price range of stocks, 1 to 5, are you making money? Maybe you're losing money from stocks 5 to 10. So in these slow times, when the market is dead and there's not really much opportunity, go back to your statistics and see what's been working. Maybe you're going to find out that on Tuesdays, you're making the most amount of money, but on Thursdays, you keep losing money. Might be a good idea to cut out Thursdays. Maybe you're finding out between 10:15 and 11:15, you're making the most money, so you cut out anything before and anything after. Maybe you're finding out that you're making the most money on stocks between $2 to $5, and you're losing on stocks $5 to $10, so you eliminate the $5 to $10. By having all this data, by having all these analytics at your hand based on your trading, then you could go in and adjust your own trading to adjust to this market cycle. So what I've noticed about me and my analytics is I make the most money between 9:30 and 10:30. I make the most amount of money from stocks $2 to $10, and I lose the most amount of money between 10:30 to 4 o'clock, oftentimes. That's my statistics, right? That's what's been working for me. So based on that, at 10:30 a.m., I cut it out. I don't trade stocks under $1. I don't like to trade stocks under over $10, right? So based on the analytics that I'm getting from TraderView, you just plug in your trades, it'll tell you everything that's been working and everything that's not been working. So I've been kind of doubling down because at my level, guys, at my level, I don't need to sit here and watch videos on support and resistance. I've already learned that. I already know what support, resistance, the setups, the death lines, the fundamentals are. I already understand the core of trading. Now, what I'm doing is refining my own trading edge even deeper during these slow times. Because in these slow times, I cannot afford to trade random stocks. In these slow times, I cannot afford to get loose with risk. In these slow times, I cannot afford to size up to make up for the fact that I'm not making as much money anymore. Now, this is all negative stuff. What is the bright side of all this stuff, right? Because there's two sides to every trade. There's two sides to every cycle. Now, we've been in an aggressive down cycle. And a lot of people always think that short bias traders make the most amount of money, in down cycles. The reality is that we make the most amount of money when stocks are making abnormal moves to the upside so that they can make abnormal moves to the downside. If they're just trickling lower, trickling lower, trickling lower, trickling lower, trickling lower, trickling lower, then how are you going to make money, right? You want these things to bounce so you can short them. You want them to get extended so you can short them, right? So there's a common misconception of how we really make money. Now, the reality is, guys, the reality is that in trading, there's always going to be a bull cycle. There's always going to be a bear cycle, okay? So what that means is this. We've been in a raging bull cycle for the last 10 to 12 years. So for the last 10 to 12 years, it's been like this. So it is only normal for the next 1 to 3 years that we go like this, right? If it's 12 years of a bull cycle and 2 to 3 years of a bear cycle, that means that pretty much every decade there's going to be a bear market, right? Technically, that's pretty much what it means. Now, what we have to understand about this cycle, what we have to understand about this market is, I've been saying it nonstop, guys. Nonstop is our job is just to stay alive, man. It's just to stay alive, because what's going to end up happening is this. When the market cycle heats up again, there is going to be a massive inflow of dumb money entering the market. When I say dumb money, I mean uneducated money entering the market. When the market starts to slowly go up and up, you better believe the media is going to go crazy, right? Because right now, the media is keeping the market crash under wraps. You're not hearing many people talk about the market crash because it makes the administration look bad. So the moment we start to get a little bit of upticks, the media is going to say the stock market is bottomed, we're rebounding, you guys got to buy, you guys got to buy. The president's going to come on, he's going to say, see, I fixed the economy, you got to buy the stock. When that happens, and we get that move to the upside, there's going to be a massive inflow of uneducated money entering the market. And when that uneducated money enters the market, that is where our money is. So I used to play video games as a kid, okay? And I used to play a lot of Call of Duty. And the best time to play Call of Duty was Christmas time. Why was it the best time to play during Christmas time? It's because every little kid for Christmas got a Call of Duty from Santa. And we used to call that Christmas noobs. And what that means is a big inflow of new freaking gamers that had no idea how to game, would just spawn and you just headshot them nonstop. Christmas noobs were the best way to level up and rank up in Call of Duty, and it happened every single time at Christmas time. So, in trading, we are just waiting for the next inflow of Christmas noobs to come in so we could continue to headshot them while they start to chase these dumb stocks, not knowing what the hell is actually going on. Not knowing that on the other side of the map is an expert sniper, okay? We are expert snipers right now. And all we're doing is waiting for that next bounce so that all the media could come in. So all if Santa Claus could come in and say, you know what, it's safe to buy the market again. Because I'm telling you, the administration needs something to hold. Everyone is getting destroyed. So all we're doing, guys, is waiting for that Christmas noobs to come in, for them to buy all these stocks and to send them to the moon so that we could snipe them non-stop. And that is what we are waiting to stay alive for. So imagine, for whatever reason, your Xbox breaks in November and you have no money to be able to buy a new Xbox and level up from these Christmas noobs. You're dead. That's the biggest opportunity when these noobs are coming in. So just like in trading, don't blow up your account. Don't bleed out your account, because all we're doing is waiting for that uneducated money to enter the market. And I guarantee I will be able to make a year's worth of money in 1 month. I will be able to make a metric shitload of money when that comes in, because trading is not linear. Just because you make 10,000 in January doesn't mean you're gonna make 10,000 in February, doesn't mean you're gonna make 10,000 in March. You may make 0 in January, 0 in February, 0 in March, and 50,000 in fucking April. That's how trading works. It's not linear. So it sucks It sucks. I'm so sick of not making goddamn money. I want to make money just like everyone else, man. Trust me, it doesn't matter how much money I have. I want to keep making money, right? I want to keep making money. But I have to remind myself that I might have to go through months or quarters or whoever knows how long of just freaking being at zero, so that when the action does come, that is how I can make my money. And this is very, very normal, because when Bed Bath & Beyond moved 2 months ago, I made like $300,000 in a month, $400,000 in a month on Bed Bath & Beyond on one ticker. So rather than trying to oversize, rather than bleeding out, rather than trying to go crazy, you know what? I am accepting that it's going to be slow. I am accepting that I need to size down. And rather than getting mad and pissed and oversizing and blowing up my account, analogy, rather than getting pissed and breaking my fucking Xbox, blowing up, I just have to wait. I just have to wait. I just have to wait for that inflow of dumb money, uneducated money, Christmas noob money coming in to then capitalize on that opportunity. So I know a lot of people are struggling with the similar things. I know a lot of people are very discouraged. I have millions of dollars and I'm very discouraged. So I could only imagine how someone feels if they don't have that type of money and are trading this type of market. So sizing down, waiting, being patient, not beating yourself up, going over your statistics, reviewing your trades, staying patient, staying patient, staying patient, staying patient, and sizing the fuck down. That's the only way. That's the only way. So do you guys have any questions for me? This is a live video, guys, so I'm just going to go over the chat here and see if there's any questions. Hope you guys have all watched that $145,000 Bed Bath & Beyond video that I posted, live trading video. Oh, I forgot about talking about Zombie Month. Okay, so let me talk about Zombie Month and then we'll get through it. So November is historically Zombie Month. And what Zombie Month means is this, guys. So every single year during November time, especially during Thanksgiving time, we get a lot of short squeeze runners and we get a lot of stocks going crazy. Now, what usually happens is this. A lot of hedge funds and a lot of institutions, as they get close to the end of the year and they're going down on the year, they try to pump up these small cap stocks and try to pump up these things so that they could artificially cook their books into the end of the year. So historically, November has been that time where we see the most amount of short squeeze runners, we see the most amount of zombie moves, and we see the most amount of black swan trades. So November historically has had tons of zombies, tons of runners, and tons of abnormal moves, especially during Thanksgiving week, because a lot of people go on vacation, the volume shrinks, and the robots take over. So pay attention to this month. Pay attention to the action. This is when the hedge funds and institutions are going to try to pump up stocks the most. So your job is, once again, to just see, to wait, and to not fight these stocks, because the market has been super, super slow. So if we see a little bit of a runner, everyone's going to flock to it, everyone's going to attack it, everyone's going to go crazy, and then it might just go straight up in black swan. So November Zombie Month is very simple. There's more zombies, there's more short squeezes, there's more runners, because hedge funds and institutions are trying to artificially cook their books until the end of the year. And we have more videos on November Zombie Month in the video library, guys. But I think I'm gonna wrap it up here, guys. So if you guys enjoy this video, please subscribe to the channel. Please leave a comment on the video, and I will go back to MIC and try to help you guys. So I hope this video helped. I think there was a lot of informative information here that a lot of people could relate to. And if you guys haven't already seen it, please check out my $145,000 live trade on Bed Bath & Beyond, and I'll put it down below as well. So thanks, guys, and I'll see you back in the room.